Duke Johnson. What are they doing with him, and what and why?
Well, clearly they didn't get any sort of offer they wanted for him.
Okay.
Secondly,
but why do they even want? Why?
Secondly, maybe they've drifted back into maybe we should keep him because, yeah, you probably, maybe, sort of, who knows, Kareem Hunt after 8 games. Will you have him or not?
And what will he be?
He'd probably be pretty good in that regard.
Okay.
If he's doing well off the field, Les, that probably means he's in shape.
Yeah,
and
right.
that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And remember, they always say the easiest position to plug in is running back. That's why
not
rookie
one who
running
can
backs
catch the ball so well.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying, but I mean, just in general, though, where he doesn't need a lot of preparation
Right.
to.
They're probably pretty good at what they do when they come in.
Yeah, there's a bunch of different plays, and in other words, that's why rookie running backs tend to play pretty well.
Right.
It isn't that hard. Well, receiver is hard, a bunch of offensive line, and so on. But the big thing there would be, he's doing well now. Will he be doing well in November?
We don't know.
We don't know.
I would have thought, and you would know better than I because of all the work you do off the field or off the newspaper, that there's on one hand you say, well, he'll be at home, he'll be around his places and things and people that he knows. But in his case, when you do some research on what he did, that may not be the best case. Although nothing's happened since he's been here. Yeah,
since he's been here. But 2 of the 3 incidents, the one downtown Cleveland, the other ones out at Put-in Bay were, with people around here. And in those cases, they were in areas at least where there was a lot of drinking going on. So that's going to be a big thing for him there. The other thing that is, whether you're talking about people coming out of drug rehab or out of jail or whatever, is sometimes a little success goes too far. I got it handled now. In other words, the things that made you successful, whether it's going to meetings, accountability, blah, 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 after 6 months or 9 months, I got it handled now. And of course, that's the biggest danger zone for any of us in life, is when we say, I have it handled right now. So hopefully, Kareem apparently has it handled now, and he will continue to do the things that are helping him do well.
From the stuff you do,
but nonetheless, so before though, either way, I mean, would you rather have Duke Johnson or a 4th-round pick? I mean, that's obviously easy. Yeah.
All right. So, knowing what you know from all your outside work, what was your reaction when, number 1, he was suspended for 8 games, and number 2, he's here in Cleveland, and number 3, he can't work out with the team?
I would like them, if you think he's worthy of suspending, but you quote-unquote want to help the guy, I would like to see even more a way they could keep these guys at the facility.
Absolutely.
Or whatever.
It's their everyday normalcy.
Again, because we're talking about accountability and that kind of thing. So maybe you could limit, say he couldn't take part in practice with pads if you want to kind of do something like that. But the rest, you want him there if that's really what you're up to, because it's a very structured environment. And you'd rather have him there and getting tired working out than just left at home. I remember one time I had somebody tell me, well, the argument the other way is why they didn't want these guys who were suspended on drugs or whatever being at the facility is that, well, they were worried the drug dealers would show up or whatever. Well, if you really think that's going to happen, you shouldn't have the guy on your team.
Right.
If you think he's going to attract all these elements to your facility or
what
whatever,
were you thinking?
Why do you want him on your team?
Yeah, absolutely right. From what you've heard, things are on pace with him?
Right, but it's kind of like with Josh Gordon. I don't mean there, but you don't know. Right. We really don't know what's going on with these guys.
And you also can't relate to it. You assume that, okay, he's in a good position, but that doesn't mean he's going to be cured from whatever the problem is.
Yeah, and the big thing will be he just needs to continue and, one day at a time and that stuff. But, even if you're in a family situation where you say you're taking care of somebody with a long-term illness, I mean, it's a different there, but the pressure you feel on that, and you keep telling yourself, got to get through one day at a time, it still could be very frustrating. Some of those days could feel very long.